Good afternoon, viewers, and welcome to News Update on Acnn TV. The Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion has released a communique following the resolutions and results of the meeting on the issues pertaining the nation Nigeria after the last edition of the Standing Committee meeting, which held from 12th to 16th September 2022 at the Church of Nigeria Secretariat, St. Matthias House, Kudu District, Abuja. Top of the list happened to be security matters, where the church expressed deep concern that Nigeria continue to live in uncertain times, pointing out that factors breeding insecurity, such as porous national borders and free flow and proliferation of ammunition and firearms, youth unemployment, drugs and blatant criminality must be tackled head-on. The Standing Committee suggested urgent action to restructure the security architecture of the nation, including the Office of the National Security Advisor, starting with the amendment of Sections 214 and 215 of the Constitution, which undermine true federalism and the role of state governors to effectively serve as chief security officers in their respective states. The committee also addressed ongoing ASU strike, Nigerian economic problems, and other burning issues which affect the nation. The president of the Anglican Diocese of Lafayette Mothers Union Women's Guild and Girls Guild, wife of the diocesan bishop, Mrs. Afinike Robinson, has charged Christian women to develop unfading beauty. This was contained in her address titled The Beauty of a Christian Woman to the 2022 Diocesan Zonal Women's Conference held at St. Peter's Anglican Church, Kefi. The zone comprises Kefi Archdeaconry, Masaka Archdeaconry, and Nyanya Gwandara Dinri. Delivering her address, she said beauty has been said to be determined by the beholder, but as a Christian woman, more is expected. Taking her text from 1 Peter chapters 3, 1-6, she said that unfading beauty remains the best. While emphasizing that unfading beauty is beyond jewelries and makeup, she added that every woman should have spiritual ornaments instead. Meanwhile, Christian women have been called upon to know how important they really are in the church and the society, not because of their own merits, but because of the qualities God has given to them to use on His behalf. The wife of the diocesan bishop of the Anglican Diocese of Jeba, Mrs. Oreofa Aderogba, made this known while delivering her presidential address at the 15th Annual Women's Conference of the Diocese held at the Chapel of Amazing Grace Bishop's Court, Onipako, Jeba, with the theme, Woman, Her Relevance in the Church and Society, taken from Judges chapters 4, verse 4. Speaking on the theme, she said women constitute over half of the population of the country. Even so, their contributions are often undervalued, saying the fact is that society needs the influence of women as they are the ones who primarily pass on the culture and values. They shape and mold the youth of the nation and have profound influence. And now the former president of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, has warned religious leaders in the country not to allow politicians with no fear of God to wreck Nigeria, saying if such is allowed to happen, the entire country would regret it. Obasanjo made this known when the new president of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Acnn, Reverend Daniel Oko, paid him a courtesy visit at his residence in Abeokuta, Ogun State. Speaking on the general election, Obasanjo advised the Acnn president and Christians at large to be watchful. A bishop in the Anglican Church of Uganda of the Diocese of Kinkizi, the Right Reverend Dan Zoreka, has called upon Christians in the diocese to embrace famine for food security and income generation to sustain their households. Bishop Zoreka rebuked lazy household heads and the youth who have rejected famine for alcoholism, immorality, and idleness. The bishop made the remarks while presiding over a confirmation service for 53 confirmants at St. Andrew's Anglican Church, Kansebere, Kanyatorogo, Achidikinri, in the Diocese of Kinkizi in Uganda. Viewers, that's all we can take for now. Please join us by 3 p.m. West African time for the news on the hour. I am Zubechi Frank. Bye.
Viewers, do remember to call in with your comments, questions. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Reach out to us on any of our social media handles showing on your TV screen now. And before we dive into the trending news, I hear there's a trending news that happened yesterday. Smart. Congratulations.
Yeah. I see a man